After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi everyone. Welcome to Pen Hook and Needles Podcast, episode 145. It is March 10th, not March 3rd, like my notes say. And it is, 2:30 almost in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time when we're doing this. We'd like to welcome all new and returning viewers. We appreciate you joining us and spending some time out of your day with us. That makes us happy. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico on Ravelry and on Instagram. I am known as Marlecia or Shadowlight1 on my writer sites.
I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy on every place online.
We might be a little subdued today. Talia couldn't get to sleep last night after her work schedule, so she's tired. We're going to do our best to...
And by last night, I mean during the day.
Yeah, well, her night is my morning.
Yeah.
She's tired, so we're going to do our best to not bore you to death, okay? We hope you're all having a wonderful week so far. I guess it's only Tuesday, so far from Sunday. Things are warming up here, which is really nice. The snow's starting to go away, which is awesome. I'm sorry, Tanya. I'm ready for the snow to go. We want to welcome our new members who have officially joined us. We have Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila. Welcome, Sheila. And I think Sheila has a podcast because I seem to remember watching a podcast that was new to me and seeing Blue Yarn Always as a moderator. So I'm sorry if I don't remember the name of the podcast off the top of my head. Check it out. I might be mistaken, but I think she has a podcast. I think she's one of two co-hosts. I think the name is Heathen Am I. If I mispronounced that, I'm sorry. There's no name with that, but welcome. Seven Blue, again, no name for that one. We welcome you. Maddie Graham, who is Suzette. Welcome, Suzette. Raining Key. Welcome, Raining Key. And I believe I met you through my work, so I don't remember your name, but we had a nice long telephone conversation. I do remember that. Sally from Idaho, who is Sally. Sally, I think you were a member of the group before, but I could be mistaken.
We might have just heard about you on the podcast.
You were very visible for a while there, so maybe I'm mistaken, but we're glad to have you with us as well. I think that's everybody. It is everybody. So, we're glad to have you all with us. If you are new and have not joined the group, or if you've been watching us for a while, listening to us for a while, and been debating about joining the group officially, please feel free to do so. There's a whole bunch of neat things that you can do as a part of the group officially. You can enter the alongs and have possible prizes and giveaways and things like that. So, and besides, we're a lot of fun. Nobody in the group bites much, so it'll be fun to have you. Sweater long stuff?
First of all, what are you drinking in your mug?
In our mugs.
I have some dark rose heart.
I have chai tea today. Yay, chai tea. I love chai tea. And Dan and Kay were talking about what chai tea was. I couldn't tell you if I tried, but I think she hit it pretty close to the nail on the head when she said it had spices in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of spice to it, and cream. It's very, very good.
I'm not caught up with the podcast.
I apologize for slurping. It's a little hot.
Even for you?
Even for me.
Sweater along is still going strong. I'm very much behind in the threads.
Ty, before you do the sweater along rules about Kathy.
Yes, but I hadn't gotten started, really.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Anyway, sorry, I'm very wiped out. Sleeping did not happen today in a way that I desired it to. So Sweater Long is going strong. I'm not caught up in the threads. Just got off my long work stretch, and I have Wednesday and Thursday work before I have 3 off. But I'm probably going to require assistance putting together 2 thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. We want to let you know right off the top that our schedule is going to be changing. Taya's work schedule is, because she has her job, and we thank you for your congratulations for that. It's exciting. But she doesn't have her set schedule just yet because she was so late in the schedule change that she had to be plugged in. So you may find us next 6 weeks or so?
It's about a 6 week stretch.
About 6-8 week stretch that we will be podcasting on maybe a Sunday or a Monday or a Tuesday. It'll be right around that time period. I think there's one time where we have to do it on a Friday.
No, I don't think so.
Well, we'll let you know if it's really drastic. But we are going to be podcasting every week. But for the next shift period, it might be which day will be a little bit erratic until she gets set up. I will try to talk about the co-hosting for the Sweater Along. It's too much for her to kind of keep track of. I'll let her get started on the whips. We are co-hosting the Sweater Along with Kathy from the Knitner Podcast group. She is Cappy913. You may notice if you go to her thread that she is no longer podcasting. She is, however, still going to honor her promise to be a co-host, and the prize that she offers will still be there. So her group remains open. So if you want to double dip there, you must be a member of her group as well as our group, and just pop in and say hi to her. She's really nice and she's really fun.
The podcast is just not something that's working with her life.
Yeah, her life is taking a different direction right now. So we wish her the best of luck, and we will miss her podcast. But she is still honoring her commitment to our Sweater Along. So you don't have to worry about that if you're involved with both groups. In the podcast, our podcast group, the rules are as we usually do them. The sweaters can be made, begin at any time, as long as they are worked on and or finished during the Sweater Along. They do not have to be finished during the Sweater Along to be eligible for a prize.
And the Sweater Along has been running since
January 1st, and it ends
March 31st.
March 31st.
And March 31st is the last day you can put in something.
Right, unless you get in under the wire because we didn't lock it right out. We're not going to be like, oh, we locked it at 6 o'clock in the morning on the 1st, and you got in at 3 o'clock in the morning. We're not going to kick you out. That's fine.
I don't think I worked the 1st, though. So.
I know, I'm just saying. But in any event...
No, I do work the 1st. The 1st is a Wednesday, because that's Spy Wednesday, and I work that.
So we will... You are able to have as many projects as you like. 1 whip per project per week. The finished object whenever you finish it, regardless of whether or not you posted a whip picture that week for it. The prizes are listed in the group. I'm not going to go through them right now because I've done it many times, and I'm still getting over whatever this is I've had since October, November in my throat, and I don't want to tax my voice too much with her not being able to speak. So I'm not going to go...
I'm able to speak. I'm just not coherent.
Coherent. We have many... we want to thank all our donors. I'll just say our donors who are Mariette, who is Maria Wilhelmina, Bella Sox, who is Aileen, George, who is 10 hours or less, and Cece Knits, who is Carolyn. Who have all donated very awesome prizes, and you can see those on the they can't see it on there, right? On the
I
thread.
Can't remember.
I think it's on the thread. If not, we'll be going over it next week.
We usually show it like once.
Yeah, we showed it in March already.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do it again until April, so that'll be the time that they've earned it. I do want to go over the autism awareness just a little bit. That's coming up in approximately 3 weeks. We are co-hosting. Our co-hosts are settled. They have accepted. We are co-hosting with 3 different people this year. We are co-hosting again with Emily, Chain of Fools from Fibertown. We are co-hosting with Heidi from Dead Yarn. She has developed a special colorway, a PHN Autism Awareness 2015 colorway, which is amazing. And she will be co-hosting with us as well. And then with Nicole from the Nicolo's World podcast, we will be podcasting. We will be co-hosting with her as well. So if you are a member of all these groups, you'll end up with a total of being able to quadruple dip.
Yeah.
So there's lots of chances to win prizes. We do have a few prizes coming in, which is awesome, and we also have a featured pattern from George, who is, I think it's still in development because we haven't seen it yet, but he has promised us a special pattern again this year, and that will be getting 2 chances to win a prize. That and his Braid It Bright, both.
Yeah.
Will be anything that's autism awareness from George will be given 2 chances.
At least that's the way we understood the way he stated in the thread.
In the thread, yes. And then that he's making a pattern.
Yeah, that's the way we
that's
understood.
the way it's in the thread, so you can check it out, and if we're wrong, ping us. The other thing is that Heidi's yarn, her Undead yarn, if you make a project in Heidi's PHN Autism Awareness 2015 colorway, that will also get two chances at a prize. Just tell me that you used her yarn, or if you used George's pattern, or if you can manage to put the 2 together, that's even great. Greater, yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about the autism awareness. Just as we start winding down the sweater along, which, by the way, we've had amazing sweaters in there.
Yes,
we had a flurry of activities. I saw some sweaters in the show-off thread, and I did tell the people...
A couple of them were older.
Oh, they were older?
Yeah, she told me that one of them had been completed before the sweater along.
Oh, okay, because I saw 2 or 3 of them there. So if they're older, you know. If they aren't, please feel free to move it into the sweater along thread so that you have a chance to win. You know what the guidelines are, so I trust your judgment that you'll know what to do with that. But keep it coming. I'm absolutely amazed at all the sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is that. How many whips do you have? How many
1,
rough drafts?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think I have 6 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. And you can talk because I'm tired of talking.
Well, my first one, I don't even have the bag over here because I was working on it. It's my new design in progress that is not in testing right now. I've been really enjoying it. I had to adjust some things in the way that I was designing it, so it's in a different room. And I didn't feel like pulling the bag over here and
Just
reorganizing. Yeah, just to show you the bag. So that is getting worked on. A lot of progress has been made since the last time. I really wish I could show it to you, but I want to wait until the toy's finished.
Okay. I'm going to go backwards so I don't have to pull my big one out just yet. In my Knitting's My Bag Angel bag, large size sweater bag, you can see how it's starting to bulge. This is my Between Friends shawl, and I'm starting the extra repeats that I wanted to do. I'm going to be doing an extra set of 4 repeats, so it makes it just a little wider. And I didn't work a whole lot on this, but there's a reason for that you will see later. It's coming along really nice. I love this pattern. I really do.
It's very lovely.
And I know that several of you have mentioned that you really like it. No, Allison, you can put your order in, Allison, but by the time I finish it, you will be old and gray for a bedspread.
Should be old and gray for a bedspread?
Yes. It'll be an old gray bedspread. I will be old and gray, but I'm already getting there. So, yeah, it's a fun pattern. I am enjoying it immensely. It does take a little bit of time, not because it's difficult, but it's a long, it's wide, and then the bobbles, they don't require attention necessarily. It's just that you have to do extra stitches for the one stitch. I like it. It's very warm, and it's a very nice pattern. It is called the Friendship Shawl Pattern by Kim Guzman, and it is a free pattern. It is well worth checking out if you like it. It's not hard. Allison, you could do this if you just concentrated. I am a firm believer that you can. So that's this, and off it goes.
My next one is the scrap log cabin blankets. It is not from any pattern. It's based on the idea of a scrap log cabin blankets. I am using various worsted and bulky yarns for my stash. I'm particularly aiming at using yarns that I have already used in other projects. And I am almost done with this row.
It's getting big.
It is. It hasn't gotten a whole lot of love lately. It's basically when I don't feel like I'm able to focus on anything else. A lot of times I'll just put it on my lap because I'm cold.
Is it all garter stitch?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I'll just put it on my lap because I'm cold and I just want something on my lap.
Yeah. You're showing the wrong side. There you go.
So,
That's
same
pretty.
color I've been on. It's just getting a little wider. That's all. I mean, it's undead yarn in the Faye.
It's just Faye. It's Faye stripes.
Yeah, colorway. And it was what I used for Davina's Zuzu's petals that I had made. I think it was for Christmas.
Oh, I forgot. Speaking of Heidi's yarn, the colorway that she is doing for the PHN Autism Awareness, our 3rd annual, is she's going to be putting. I think she said, I can't remember the percentage off the top of my head, but a percentage is going to Autism Speaks.
Yes.
Just so you know. Yeah, I just want to make sure I got that out there.
Well, that's fine. It's your turn anyway.
Okay. My next one is my sweater, and yes, I worked on my Ocean Drift. It's in my Cloverbird sweater size bag, teapots and teacups bag. And I'm starting increasing for the yoke, I guess. It's starting to curve a little. I'm assuming that once I get it straightened out, it will straighten. I'm getting ready to do the buttonhole, the first buttonhole after the collar here. So I'm really happy with it.
That'll be a nice warm collar.
Yeah, and it's a warm, even if you feel this here, even that's warm.
That's nice.
It's very heavy. It's not a sweater, it's a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And
is it called a jacket or is it called a sweater?
it's called the masonry jacket.
Yeah, so that explains it.
But it's very heavy. And this is an Aran weight or a worsted weight. I'm not sure quite which. It's masonry jacket patterned by Kira Delaney. And I'm using Plymouth Yarn Encore Colorsporn worsted in the Ocean Drift colorway. And I made, she calls for an H and a G hook. I couldn't get gauge with an H and a G hook. I am using an F and a G. So right now I'm working with the G hook. The collar was done in the H. And the colors are showing up really pretty. That kind of gray, blue.
Yeah, it's going to be a really nice jacket.
If I can ever get myself in gear to do it. But I found a little bit of my interest in it once I got the collars redone. So put that out of the way. There.
My next one, which surprisingly got a little bit of work on, doesn't usually get that much work on it because it's my purse knitting. But this is Diana's hat pattern by Joanna Johnson. Been calling it Thor, and it's Cascade Heritage Paints in the Thunder colorway.
My hat.
And it got a fair amount of work.
Ooh, look how pretty it's looking.
The colors are, I don't know if it'll...
A little bit.
You can see some of the blue. Actually, it's showing up pretty well. It's grays and blues. Some navy.
Some postages? Well, it looks like postages.
No,
obviously
it's
not postages in
No, it's just a mixture of pearls and knits.
yeah.
So, yeah, it's been getting some progress. It's just a matter of knitting until my decreases right now. So this is the mindless part of the project. And I got some work on it while I was doing some continuing education at work. I was working in ICU and people were sleeping, so I did education and did this.
Cool. Okay. This one got a little work. I haven't worked on it in a while. It's my Christmas stocking in my medium-sized Cloverbird bag. This is my what I call the black sheep bag because it's this little sheep right here. Here are a couple of them. I've been working a little bit on the foot. I might have this finished for next Christmas if I sit down and do it.
Ahead of the curve.
You can see how much I've done because I barely had a little strip around this heel. What do you call this? But you can see I made several rows. I did it in Adoration on Friday.
That's going to be a big stocking.
It is a big stocking. But I'm having fun with it. It's not hard so far. Just the color work is a little tedious, but that's okay. I can always do a self-striping yarn with that if I want to. You know, maybe No Makers or something with her.
Right.
She has those Christmas colorways. If she does a stripy one,
yeah, are they striping?
You know, and if she doesn't, I'm sure Maribel Jen or somebody can do one up for me. But this is, I'm doing Brava worsted in the, I think it's like a forest green, red, and cream. And I'm using one skein a piece at the moment. I haven't changed balls or anything. So it uses a fair amount of yarn. But
Are you carrying the yarn or cutting it?
I carry it a little bit, but not all the way. I carry the white more than I do the other colors because the white, what I do with the white is I carry it a few stitches so I can catch it, and I leave it, and then I strand it. I guess that's what it's called, where you kind of pull it back up to catch it again. And so the white I hardly ever cut, but the colors, the green and the red, because I skip rows for that, I cut those and I add it because it would be too tight and pulley.
The next one that I got some work on is the design that's currently in testing. And yeah, it didn't.
You're talking about the one I finished, or the?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the only one I have currently in testing. And it's in my Kissing Bunnies bag.
Fluff.
Yes. Oh, that's for my yellow sweater.
Still. The yellow sweater she did a year ago.
Well, I might have been wearing it at one point when I was working on this.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen you wear that in a while.
I wore it one night when I was cold. It's a very warm sweater. But yeah, so I got a little bit of love last night. After I got a little bit of palette cleanser with working on some knitting, I was able to focus on this. So, going strong, enjoying this.
Okay. All right, my next project is in my Star Wars bag, my AT-AT bag. Yes,
AT-AT.
Farmer Garumi, thank you very much.
AT-AT.
Yes. AT-AT. AT-AT and then ATSTs.
AT-AT.
Farmer Garumi. Farmer Garumi. And I know
I'd like to hear how they say it in Star Wars itself.
Yeah, but I don't think they ever really do. Because they were saying they never really did.
Did they just call them the Walkers, maybe?
I think they might have.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at the movies. And I mean the original movies.
No, I mean the original
I don't
movies.
consider the other movies Star Wars movies.
No, only the original trilogy.
Yeah. Okay, this is my Spring Thaw shawl from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Sattel. I did quite a bit on this, as you can tell. It's growing. I have a feeling this is going to be huge when I block it. Because this is only like possibly half a skein of yarn. I think maybe less, maybe a third of a skein of yarn. I don't know. I've got another one of these still. These skeins are 500 yards a piece, give or take. And I haven't even finished the first one yet. And
now,
this is
do you have a border, or does it just go into
It does
your
have a
yarn?
border. It does have a border. I don't remember how I made it, but I can. It's not going to be an issue. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna go until I want to do the border. I'll make sure I have enough yarn. I think I'll know how big it is. I don't want it to be like so huge that I can't wear it. But I love the colors. I was worried about how this was going to come up, but it's not variegated. Really, it's more pooly, stripy, and I like that better than the variegated. I was afraid it was going to be too busy, but it's very pretty, and it does remind me very much of spring. Maybe I can wear it for Easter, although I have my sky blue pink one as well.
Right.
So this is, I'm using a 3.75 millimeter hook, which is an F hook, And as I said, this is by Anastasia Sattel. It's her her scrap shawl pattern. And I'm doing this shawl. I'm attempting to finish this for Heidi's Undead Yarns shawl along that ends in April. So we'll see, because we have things coming up that we can't mention right now that might preclude that. But that's okay. I'll keep working on it. Yeah, it looks fine. And the bag is was Silver Shed's extra large bag, her wedge bag, which is fantastic. I love it.
I think you get extra points for getting the bag in the shelf for long.
I got it in the shelf.
Yeah, I know, you get extra points for that.
I did.
The one pattern that seems to have gotten a lot of love, just because that's usually what I want to knit on, is in the Silver Shed Frogs bag. And this is Obsidian. I'm sorry, no, this is not Obsidian. This is, I'm apparently having trouble reading my show notes. This is Nighttime Reading Shawl, which is the Gaskell pattern by Sarah Jordan, and I'm using Brown Sheep Lamb's Pride worsted in the Charcoal Heather colorway. And this is also for the Undead Yarn cowl. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but it has made quite a bit of progress.
It looks nice. I like that color.
Oh, I really do love the color. So, it actually goes...
Feels like a horse blanket.
It does.
That's exactly what it feels like, a horse blanket.
Which is not necessarily what you want to hear when you're working on a shawl, but... Well.
But it's warm. Horse blankets are warm.
The only thing is that it's itchy as well.
Well, it might wash out.
That's what I'm hoping. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to be. So. Yeah.
Which one was this?
Brown Sheep Lamb's Pride worsted.
Oh, is that one I got you on that was
no,
sale?
Remember, I mentioned every time you think it's something that you got me. No, it's from a Craftsy class.
Craftsy class, that's right.
Not class, it's from Craftsy kit. It was for a sweater.
That was for a sweater?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't wear that as a sweater.
Well, it wasn't a pullover. It was a
I don't care.
button up.
I wouldn't wear that for a sweater. It's itchy.
But it's not for a shawl?
Well, I don't know.
So
might not be too bad.
I am looking forward to having this shawl whenever I am in bed wearing one of my other shawls. I kind of wish I had this one because this one's a little bigger. Or will be a little bigger. So I look forward to having this. I'm almost done with my first skein. And I have a sweater's worth of yarn in here, so I know I have enough.
How much is a sweater's worth? Like five skeins, or?
Oh, I think I have. There's at least. I think there is at least 5, 6 skeins. I can't remember.
And that came in the kit?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that bag. It's cute.
So, I am enjoying this. Look forward to doing the next part of the pattern.
And that's her extra large bag, or her double large? XX, yeah. Okay. My next one is my Abby the Owl project in my Cloverbird chai tea and chocolate bag. It's my large sweater bag from her. And I did quite a bit on this as well, because I'm now in the going round and round and round. This is going to be a big owl.
That is going to be a big owl.
That's where I'm at now.
Are you even near the head?
Yeah, I think I have... Let me see.
Is this going to be another toy you're going to keep?
I can't tell you about that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 6 rows before I, that's really weird. Okay. So it's like, oh wait, I'm sorry. 1, 2, no, I have 5, like 10 1/4 rows to do before I can close up the head, which isn't a whole lot, but I mean, when you think that...
So the all yellow part, the head? Okay, that makes it seem a little less.
So I've got about this much to go still. But I was down here, I think, last time I podcasted. Last time we podcasted. But I like this project. This was gifted to me by Allison Roseboom for my birthday. And I'm having fun with it. It's a fun pattern. Allison, you should get this and try it yourself, because I think you're quite capable of doing this. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's just a matter of paying attention to the increases. So, yeah, another one who might like this is B-Wing. Brittany. So, yeah. Fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm using, again, Bravo worsted with this in yellow, red, and cream. And I think I probably will use, I forget what color I decided to use for the eye and the beak. I think I was going to do, was I going to use, no, it was something else. I think I'm going to use black for the eyes. I don't know, we'll see. I don't remember. I'm getting confused with something else. But, yeah, I love this. I love the project. I love the bag. Having fun.
The last one I have to talk about, I actually only got some work on it early this morning. It's in my Ploverbird TARDIS bag.
Bigger on the inside.
And it is the Obsidian, it's a calligraphy cardigan pattern by Hannah Fedig.
Fedig, yeah.
Using Miss Babs Yazawada Skein, and it's the colorway is Obsidian. So not a very original name for the project page.
It works. It's a descriptive.
So a little bit more on the increases.
Looking good.
Sweater's growing in pieces.
In pieces?
It's growing little bits at a time.
I like these stitch markers. They're pretty.
Yeah, that's CJ Knit. CJ Knits? So I believe that's what it is.
They're not too heavy, but they have substance to them.
I almost exclusively use their stitch markers. And I know they dye yarn as well, because I sent some yarn to my actually my last swap partner. I believe it's CJ Knits. And Jane is spelled like Jane from Firefly. Jayne. But so it's building. My collar is done. Making my way into the shoulder to start. As soon as the increases are done, I start thinking about separating for the sleeves.
Is it straight stocking out for the, or is it got cables and things?
No, this is a very simple sweater.
Okay.
And this is one that I saw on Amy from Knitting in Circles and deemed that I had to have the sweater because I thought it looked so cute on her.
It's all Amy's fault. Once again, it is all Amy's fault.
So, very good pattern. Enjoying it so far.
I don't know how she lives with that. For Amy. She goes through fits and starts where we kind of get on her case. Amy. Amy, we're sorry that you won't be coming to Maryland this year. I was hoping I'd get to see you this year, since I missed you the one year you were there.
This will be my first year getting into Maryland.
My last whip is my What's in a Square blanket pattern. I didn't do a whole lot of work on this, but I did finish a log and start another. I would have been farther on this, but okay. Alright. I finished this color here, this slate here, and I started this kind of light blue. I would have been much further than I am, except I started to, I couldn't find the end of the skein, so I was looking for it, and I started pulling from the middle. My husband was pulling from the other end to find it, and I don't know how they skeined it up at the store, but it was impossible. There was no way of pulling it. It was just like spaghetti. So I ended up having to re-roll it. I did manage to re-roll it without having to break any of the yarn, but it took me an hour. So I didn't get much, maybe 45 minutes. I didn't get much actual crocheting done. But I did get some. You can see where the light blue is. Got about a row and a little bit. And it's getting really big, as you can see. So I'm not going to stand up and show you because I'm just not going to.
You're getting close. You're very close, right?
I'm getting there. I don't know. I have to measure it up against the bed again and see where I'm at. Let me take this out so I can fold it. Guess I am going to have to stand up. Excuse me while I get out of your screen here. But I'm using all the different yarns I have in my stash. Some of it's Red Heart, some of it is I Love This Yarn. I think some of it might be Knit Picks. I have a fingering weight yarn of some kind that I held double in here as well. So there's lots of.
It's a rainbow blanket.
It's my rainbow blanket. I like it. It's my What's in the Square blanket. Now I can't find the.
You lost the hook, didn't you?
No, the hook's right here. I just can't find where my. There it is. I found it. Okay. And it's in my Vera Bradley big old green bag, but I'm not going to show you because I don't feel like lifting the bag up. Because I just feel like doing anything today. But there, and that's done. You have any more?
Nope.
Do you have any FOs?
Nope.
On the bookshelf? I do have an on the bookshelf. Excuse me. Okay. My on the bookshelf was in here. It does not fit in here anymore. So my little Lois sea turtle bag is going bye-bye. My finished object. Here is Sammy, the shy turtle. This is Taya's Timmy turtle. Is that
Timmy the timid turtle.
Timmy the timid turtle pattern. Only this is Shy Sammy. She is blushing all the time. She's shy, but I like it. This is crumble worsted on the top.
Did you not realize it was pink?
Huh?
You did not realize it was pink?
I did not. Yes, my wonderful swap partner, Schubert Goddess, looked very carefully at my stuff, and she got me what's that red velvet, because I like red, along with blues and stuff like that. She got me red velvet. This is red velvet. That is not red.
Now, even though this is a single ply yarn
Mhm.
and can be thick and thin, I absolutely love the way it works.
It works out
shelf.
beautifully. This is the same that she used for her big turtle.
Yeah.
Only hers was green.
I
And
just really love the way the shell looks with that.
it just amused me because I know Schubert Goddess looked at my stuff and she got me red, and it says red on the package, but it's pink, and I love it. It's just, this is the crumble worsted, this is Knit Picks, and this I think is I Love This Yarn or Red Heart, I forget. But it was a fun project. The shell the shell goes on forever, but it's fun. And
Don't forget to answer some of the questions I asked about the testing in thread.
What?
I think I asked like how easy you rate the pad. I have several questions.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard at all. I enjoyed it. It's not hard. It's easy. I found that the tip to mark your increases and decreases is necessary. It's a lot of stitches, but it's a lot of fun, and I love the finished project. This is very solid.
Yeah, I feel like your stuff's better than mine did.
So she's gonna go up here for now. I don't know if I'm keeping her or not. We'll see.
Mom has a problem.
I have a problem. I love my toys. Yeah. So that's that. Okay. So we have no more FOs. Before we go into Stash and Hastas or whatever, I don't think we have any, but I got for Christmas a book, and I showed it, and I got comments on it, and then I found out, I have another one of the same book. This is Edward's Menagerie. It's a wonderful book. Look at all these adorable patterns. I don't know if you can see. I am offering this book. This is a crochet book. I am offering this book for a giveaway. I'm going to leave the thread up for 2 weeks. And all I want you to do is say, what is your favorite, what animal would you like to make? What stuffed animal would you like to make? A cat, a dog, a giraffe, a rhino? What would you like to make if you had your druthers? Now, I do want to have fair disclosure that this book, this is a brand new book. This is how it came to me. It's a little bit creased, okay? It is creased, but it is not, there's no marks on it. It's just creased on a couple patterns. So, mostly in the middle here, like maybe 3 or 4 pages. Like maybe it got wet or something, or some, I don't know. But it's in good. It's not bad shape. It's just that it's creased a little bit. Nothing to do with the patterns or anything like that. The patterns are fine, as you can see. These are the pages that are affected. So if you would like these patterns, if you'd like this book, just put in the thread what stuffed animal you would like to make. What kind of animal would you like to make? It could be an animal that exists. It could be an animal that doesn't exist. It could be an animal that you've seen designed somewhere else. I don't care. Just what kind of animal would you like to crochet? And this is, again, a crochet book. So it is, if you're a knitter and you don't crochet, you might not be interested. But if you want to learn how to crochet, put in the thread, okay? And I will leave it open for a couple of weeks. And at the end of a couple of weeks, I will pull with the random number generator for this book, okay? And it's put out by Toft, and you can see their patterns, some of these patterns at www.toftalpacashop.co.uk. That's Toft, and the products are at stitchcraftcreate.co.uk. We'll put this in the thread, so I'll put this in the thread when I open it. So if you want it, I do say so. Okay.
Autobiography.
Yeah.
Finish the shared story.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, Josh Groban has particularly been useful for my creative juices, both crafting-wise and writing-wise. His music has been very helpful.
He captures some of the essence of the story sometimes.
And reading Heritage Shannara, doing my great courses. Yeah. That's about it for me.
Okay, I do have the shared story. I got it yesterday. I have written a little over 500 words to it and started blocking things out.
Sorry, guys.
I did a 500-word free write to the writer's voice, and that's about it for that. I'm almost finished, or very close to finishing, this the Elfstones, the Queen of
I'm not
the
that
Elves.
far.
I'm almost finished with that, so I'm enjoying that. I haven't had a chance to look at my writing courses or anything like that. Been very busy doing other things. Yeah, so that's that. No tips and tricks today.
It's going to be a very short one this time, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're both a little bit out of it, and I'm trying to get her done before she falls asleep on me. Oh, what are we wearing?
Oh, I just had to use these petals.
Yeah, Talia gave me this. This is her Duke pattern.
You're actually wearing it.
I might be wearing it inside.
Oh no, you're wearing it. You're wearing it okay.
Yeah.
I just don't know why. Did you pull a stitch?
I don't think so.
The stitch looks all.
What? Pull a stitch?
I'll take a look at that later.
Okay.
For you.
Yeah. Okay, where was I? Oh, we do want to thank Denise from the Knitting Den, Heidi of Undead Yarn, Nicole of Nicolo's World, and Kenneth from Turbo Knitter podcast group for their shout outs. I think there are a couple more, but I can't remember who they were. We had a nice week this week with shout outs for the sweater along and for the upcoming autism awareness. We really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I also want to thank Bella Socks and Maria Wilhelmina once again for their donations, and we want to thank Jennifer Elson, Sissy Knit and Crochet, and Leona for their comments on the YouTube thread. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. It makes us happy that you like the podcast so much. So we apologize for the low-level, low-key, and very short podcast this week. We're just a little tired, the both of us. The time change kind of hit me for a loop. I haven't been able to get up on time for the last couple of days, and Talia didn't sleep, so we are going to let you go before we embarrass ourselves. And we want to wish you all a very happy and blessed week, filled with knitting, crocheting, crafting, and everything else that makes you happy. We look forward to seeing you next week. This is Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 144? 445.
I don't remember.
Well, we can't remember our episode number. And that's a wrap.